All right.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
So me and Sean took a little trip out to support a fellow YouTuber.
That's quite a big gap.
We're on the same fucking league as Mark fucking Fischbach.
As Markiplier, who's got how many millions has he got?
You know, we went out to support a little
little YouTuber, a little unknown artist.
He's actually mostly known as being the brother of Lawrence Fischbach, the artist and creator of Two Kinds.
I'm sure he'll really appreciate you bringing that up as well.
That's how Mark is prominently known as the brother of the Two Kinds artist.
Most of his comment section, top comment is always like, "When's the next chapter coming out?"
Yeah,
your brother's work.
Yeah.
And Mark's like, "Please, everybody, I've got to."
When are you going to appear in Two Kinds as some sort of like hench wolf?
Markiplier. Markiplier. Hello, everybody. My name is Markiplier.
You know, I feel like he's made an appearance in the comic, and it's just completely flew under the radar and no one noticed.
I'm sure, it's probably some kind of there's like a wolf with like a red fringe or something from his red fringe days.
Yeah,
something like that.
You don't know what I'm talking about. Markiplier's brother genuinely has a webcomic out called Two Kinds.
Yeah,
it's been going on for fucking ages. I think like nearly over 15 years.
Comes from like the era when webcomics were like really big on the internet.
Like it's real Newgrounds
Dead
kind
Winter,
of era. Yeah, Dead Winter, the Gunner in Court, all that jazz.
What is it? The Meek.
The Meek.
Oh, that was a loss.
Yeah.
Lackadaisy,
which
is still sort of,
and now
going.
That's all kind of sort of progressed into YouTube now.
Yeah,
which is all big. We've got like Daisy. What's her name? The person who does Husband Hotel and
Vizzy Pop.
Vizzy Pop. Yeah, there's like that's all those kind of webcomic stuff. But anyway, so Markiplier has a brother and he does a webcomic for ages. You should go check it out. It's called Two Kinds.
Yeah,
there's a lot of it, so you'll probably be reading it for about a week. Yeah. There you go.
I got nothing to say. I didn't really read it, but
no, it's quite good. Yeah. I quite like it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Anyway, me and Sean put ourselves down to the cinema in Wood Green to see Iron Lung, the video adaptation of David Szymanski.
David Szymanski's
that's it.
Game Iron Lung. David Szymanski, just a quick rundown for anyone who cares, is video game producer. He's amazing. He's part of New Blood Studios. He made Squirrel Stapler as well as Dusk, which is the best boomer shooter probably out there. It's the best I've played anyway, I think. And they're currently working on Gloomwood, which, if anyone's a big fan of Thief and Deus Ex combined with a Victorian Gothic steampunk backdrop, it's out. It's in like...
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
So they're still making it, but they're releasing it basically piecemeal by piecemeal.
Yeah.
It's not even early access. Like, it's polished.
Yeah.
The Hightown update came out, and it's just fucking great.
Yeah.
I love it. So yeah, if you're into immersive sims, you like Thief and Deus Ex, you want to see a combination of the two, my god, this is the game for you. It's great.
Yeah, David Szymanski is really like another one of the indie darlings of the video game world.
Yeah.
One of the big treasures. Him and the Obra Dinn guy. I
can't remember his name.
But
Papers, Please.
Yeah, Papers, Please. Yeah. They're kind of like the one-person army video game developer.
Yeah.
I know David Szymanski has like a bit of a team now. Famously, like started off like on his own.
Dusk was two guys.
Was it really just him and the composer?
No, him and one other guy.
Yeah.
And the composer, Andrew Hochschild. Andrew Hochschild. Hochschild?
Who?
Exactly. Andrew Hochschild, I think it is, who also composes for the film.
Such shit jokes. Yes.
I think one of us
does.
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does, Tom.
Focus. I fucking missed that. Oh dear. So it's come from the film's come from quite like an interesting
very
background. It's already come from like quite a cult hit of a video game. Just very interesting piece of media, that game, if you're into games.
Yeah.
Check out Iron Lung.
Yeah. Absolutely. I was just going to say, like, Iron Lung holds a special place in a lot of people's hearts. It kind of blew up big time on Steam.
Yeah.
I think for David, it was his kind of breakout game. I think the one that got really big I know like Squirrel Stapler, or whatever it's called, or Squirrel Hunter.
I
Was
think
quite big. Would Dusk come before
Dusk
it?
came before.
Oh,
it,
okay,
that
my bad.
was
So
the-
so Dusk was like his big breakout, but I think Iron Lung was like, I mean, everyone was playing that on like the internet. People
Yeah,
were doing, like,
yeah,
little playthroughs, you
it
know.
was just so innovative and original.
Yeah,
It did so much with so little.
including our boy Markiplier, who had a
Yes.
playthrough and obviously loved it so much that he decided that he was going to sort of break into his directorial debut by making an adaptation of this game. And if you've ever played the game, it's a very... we were saying straight away, we like have no idea how they were going to make this into a movie, because the game is on a sub. You're basically a prisoner put into a submersible submarine kind of thing, and you're dropped on this planet that is essentially a planet completely covered in an ocean of blood, and you're sent down into this ocean, this deep ocean of blood, to kind of figure out just what's going on down there. And so the whole game is set in the sub as you kind of navigate through this sort of underwater terrain, taking pictures on this grainy camera.
You also can't see outside the sub. You can only navigate via a very old school style map.
Yeah.
So it's like a Y-X axis grid system. You just have to refer to the map and the coordinates.
Yep, no
And a
marks
little-
either. You got to just remember that.
And a little
shit.
pointer just showing you which direction you're turning, and then little kind of pulsing beeps to show if you're near something.
Yeah,
And that's the game.
yeah.
That's the gameplay loop.
It's full.
It's incredible.
Yeah, it's amazing. It is. Yeah,
I know we're really selling it.
Yeah,
It is
No,
though. I mean, anyway, those who know. But
yeah. It's a very, very atmospheric. The sound lives and dies in its sound design.
Yeah,
and
it's
the
true-
atmosphere
it's
that goes
true
on down there.
minimalism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't tell what would have been worse fate, like Iron Lung or Ocean Gate. They're both pretty horrifying.
Pretty horrifying.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, this is like Ocean
No,
Gate
Iron
on
Lung
steroids.
Iron Lung. It's got to be Iron Lung, because Ocean Gate was just like, oh yeah, we're
Oh, it was
descending. We were
instantaneous.
descending. What was that? And that's it.
Yeah, lights
You
out,
know,
done.
Iron Lung is like, there's things out there.
Yeah, and-
Your ship's flooding. You're running out of oxygen. You've been going for about
Flooding with
40
blood.
minutes. It's flooding with blood.
It's flooding with blood.
It's flooding with blood. And
Trying
it's
to ma-
costing me money.
We're losing blood here, John.
we're gonna lose our whole sub at this rate.
Oh, it's sticky.
Oh.
The controls are
Oh,
all
it's so
sticky.
hot as
Oh,
well.
My hair is all
It's
dangly
exactly
and sticky.
36 degrees.
Oh, sickly iron. Oh,
yeah.
lovely.
Like, imagine the coppery tang and smell like.
Yeah, rough. So anyway, from the get-go, we had very, very little hopes going into the film.
We mentioned it actually in another review. I think
Yeah.
it was like it was our summary, I think.
yeah,
and we were,
around
and
it,
yeah,
we
we
like,
were,
looking forward to what's coming out.
and we were very
Yeah.
doubtful.
Very doubtful.
Very
I mean,
doubtful.
I don't think anyone really had much riding on this. The trailers kind of came out, and first thing that we noticed was like, it's too bright. There's the Markiplier's in the sub. We get that. Like, we expected that. But, like, he's talking to people. He's chatting to people outside the sub. We're like, oh, my God, this is... The whole point of the game is this intense isolation that you get in the sub, right?
Is he in the trailer? He just narrates.
Well, he does the voice, and you don't really see him. But I'm like, that's obviously Markiplier. Because,
Yeah.
like, he's been talking about making
I'm
this
thinking
for
about the
so long.
first one, the teaser, but in the actual trailer, yeah, you do see there's another person
Oh,
at
yeah,
the
yeah.
porthole window.
Yeah.
And so we were like, oh, great. Okay,
Yeah.
so there's going to be scenes outside.
It's
the
going to be
sub and-
Hollywood-ish, you know?
Yeah,
it's gonna be like-
he's going to like add on to stuff. But
so yeah, that's a good jumping off point.
Yeah, 'cause-
what did you think of the film?
you know what? Hang on, I just eating some humble pie here. Because man, it was good.
Yeah, it was
Man.
wonderfully, surprisingly good.
Really liked this film.
I can't. I went in, and before I went in, I said to Seán, I was like, "I'm so excited," and you were like, "Really?" I was like, "No." I was like, "I'm excited. I'm excited."
I wasn't that bad. It
No.
wasn't like really. I was more like,
Really?
Are you sure?
Yeah. And I was like,
Like-
no. I was like, I'm excited to be disappointed because I'm expecting a really shit movie. I'm expecting a really,
Right, yeah. I was
Oh,
trying to like temper my expectations and not get too hyped.
And so I was like, I'm going to go in. This is going to be an absolute train wreck, and it's going to be horrible. And then
Yeah.
the first like 10 minutes of the film, there is a bit of chatting, there is a little bit of outside, but then as soon as he's dropped in, instantly it's like radio silence, him in the sub, it's quiet, moving along, trying to figure out what's going on. And I was like, oh my God. it's fucking quiet.
Yeah.
It's just him alone
In
the
the
sub.
single room.
I was like,
in the single
fuck.
space.
And then, of course, it all clicked. Like Markiplier is a huge fucking fan of this game. Like, of course, he was going to try his hardest to replicate the atmosphere, but I just I didn't put my money on him like nailing
Absolutely
the
nailing
cinematic
it.
tone as well.
Yeah.
You know, because there's one thing of like having a bit of isolation or a bit of homage to the game, but like to really nail it cinematically. He's done a fantastic, like him and the whole
everyone,
team,
you know, including David Szymanski was involved with this as well. So I'm sure that helped a lot. And Andrew Hushalt.
Yeah, as the composer. Fantastic.
Oh my
such
god,
a good
that
soundtrack.
soundtrack is. We'll get to that. Like,
so thick it's like blood.
Yeah,
blood,
you can taste the copper.
Ooh, baby.
Yes, but it was really, really fantastic.
I mean, let's very quickly, just because we were talking about the team behind it. So this is written and directed. And catered, and lit, and sound, and
best boyed,
and Taxi Curried himself,
and
Honeywagoned by Mark Fischbach.
By Mark Fischbach. It was the thing I was saying to Tom, because I was saying it's always that thing of like, and of course he absolutely deserves this. Like, it's self-funded, like it's a triumph of true independence that he funded everything himself, put his own money on the line, his own creativity. Like, he put his money where his mouth was, and my God, his mouth was where the money was. I'm not sure where I was going with that, but it was the whole thing. It was like, it's directed, written, starring, produced by, and by Mark Fischbach. And it just makes me giggle, because it just always makes me think. It's no criticism. It just makes me think of Monsters Inc. It's like, written and directed and starring Mike Wazowski. Put that kid right back where he came from, so help me. But yeah, I said to Tom as we were sitting down, I was like, now, are you ready for the sensual experience of Iron Lung that is written, produced, edited, directed, and made love to by Mark Fischbach?
Yeah, it's a bit like, sorry, I was just trying to think of that director. Neil Breen, is it?
Oh, Neil Breen. Don't put them in the same standard. He doesn't mean that, ladies and gentlemen. No. He doesn't mean that. He doesn't mean it.
Credits whenever Neil Breen's name appears, like and then it's someone else. There's only like 5 times in the whole credit. It's someone else other than Neil Breen.
Which you got to respect as well to Neil Breen as well.
I think Neil Breen shouldn't be handling
cinema in general. No,
exactly.
But there's something very unique about him. The man's got a vision. You know what I mean?
That's one thing.
It's a bit. Yeah, it's a bit like what is it? Tommy Wiseau. Tommy Wiseau's The Room.
Yeah.
But we're not comparing Breen or Wiseau at
above.
all. This is quality. So we'll get into it, because it's been like 15 minutes, and we took about 8 minutes to say whether we like the film or not.
Yeah. So just very quickly, because the team behind this, I mean, this is what we'll talk about, how this is separated big time from other YouTuber movies, I should say. Yeah. Is that this has like a proper team behind it, a real film crew behind it. And so it was directed by Mark, written by Mark and David. It's got a good old cast in it as well. It's got Caroline Kaplan as Ava. It's got Troy Baker's in it.
It's got Troy. It's our boy Troy. Troy boy.
Troy boy's in
it,
baby.
And he's excellent.
Yep. Elise Lovelock and Elle, LaMont, who are fantastic. They're the 2 ladies in the SM8 sub who do a great voice job on that. And then of course Markiplier's in it. But not Markiplier. Jacksepticeye's in it, I should say.
He is, yeah. In the blink as you miss it role, but which is just a cool little thing.
A sweet little thing.
Yeah.
But it's the cinematography is by Philip Roy.
We've got to give props to. We'll get into it bit by bit, but my God, Philip Roy did an excellent job.
The production designers Iman Korbani and Travis Eisenberg did the art direction. We're saying this now because the art direction and the production design are also like the big fucking star in this movie. And I want to say
makeup department as well, man.
The fucking he was like front and center, but the sound mixer, the sound designer in this is absolutely amazing. Really like kept with just kept with that, the dread that you get from playing the game. Yeah, which is most of it is just the sounds that come outside of the song.
Yeah. It's
which
great.
is done perfectly. So big up for the sound team as well.
Yeah.
Right. So we'll get into it then.
Should
we rattle through the plot really quickly?
Sure.
Yeah. So Mark is a convict.
Convict from a colony. I don't know how much I should get into the lore if I'm going to confuse anyone. I double checked the lore to kind of give some more clarity.
So very, very briefly, this is set in the very, very far future, where mankind is a spacefaring civilization. But at some point, there was something called the Quiet Rapture. Very flowery, poetic word, but it's lovely.
That's a great term.
And essentially what happened is that the stars are all just dying at once,
The stars and planets disappeared.
Yeah.
So, all the planets and stars disappeared.
Just
and all that was left behind was these strange moons.
Yeah.
And on these moons, they found these oceans of blood. Which, of course, is where the game takes place. So right now, the main backdrop is the final remnants of humanity, particularly the Coalition of Iron, are trying to figure out what's on these blood moons, because it's like, well, we've got nothing else. Like, we're going to survive. We're running out of resources, like, because there's nothing.
There's no,
we're stuck on
food.
We're stuck on space stations. I think the film even implies they've lost the last trees now.
Yeah.
They were around in the video game. So once I double checked the lore, I'm pretty certain this is after the video game. This is set after the video game. But yeah, so basically it's like, they're sending people down into this ocean of blood to just find anything they can, because it's all they have.
Yeah.
There's absolutely nothing else. And that's the main thing. So we find our protagonist, Simon, who is a convict, and his punishment to pay back his dues to society is to go down in one of these subs and serve as the scouter and data recordist, basically, and take photos of these areas of interest they've kind of slightly clocked in the ocean of blood. And that's where we find our intrepid hero, Simon. It's very hard to not see Marco.
Sorry, I mean Markiplier.
Markiplier.
Markiplier. The buff hench wolf. Yeah. In the sub.
But yeah, where we find Simon inside the submarine.
Yeah.
And that's the main premise.
Yeah, basically. The deal is that he goes down once and then he'll be given his freedom. That's the deal. His main contact as he goes down is Ava, who's played by Caroline Kaplan. And she's this kind of like, hard cop. She's, you go down and then you come back up, and then, Simon's like, then I'm free, right? And then we'll think about it. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the thing. As soon as she says it, it's like, and then you're free. It's like free as in you're going to shoot him. Like,
what does it mean?
He's not free. Come on, man. You sent him down there to die.
So he goes down there. Big shock if you've played the game. There's creepy noises down there, and there's definitely something down there. Markiplier, sorry, Simon. Fuck's sake.
Yeah, it's going to be.
Yeah,
Simon. One of the things we'll say is like, it was very hard. I couldn't see
anything else.
Yeah, I couldn't fully separate Markiplier and Simon. Yeah, if you know what I mean. That's unfortunate. This isn't anything to do with Markiplier's acting or anything like that, which we'll get into it. Yeah. He's such a persona already that's kind of a difficult thing to separate.
I mean, for millennials, he's like the third biggest YouTuber growing up. Yeah, like his Markiplier.
Who would you say the second is?
PewDiePie, and then maybe Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast isn't really millennial. It's Gen Z, isn't it? It's Gen Z. I'd say it's got to be PewDiePie,
Jacksepticeye,
Markiplier, and Jacksepticeye.
They're the Holy Trinity.
Yeah.
Millennials.
And then Red Letter Media, obviously.
Of course. F in the bag. Iron Lung with the Markiplier dude from the YouTube. So he goes down. He takes some pictures with this amazing camera. You should look it up. This is kind of like grainy film, kind of 3D-ish effect that comes on with the.
So cool fact for you about that. They actually, part of the design of it was to use it's not the Rorschach effect, but it's when you see faces in things. Yeah. So they designed every image around that.
To have something of a face.
Some kind of thing you can latch onto, even the vague ones or the clearer ones, which was great. Yeah. Amazing art direction.
Yeah. So he takes a few pictures. Instantly, he discovers what is clearly a skeleton. And the skeleton is big. Very, very, very big. Yeah. And he's like, okay, I've found something incredible here, but there's something else. There's something moving. I can feel it. I can hear it. If something hits the sub, he gets pulled back up, and that's when we finally get to see the team. behind the operation, which is really crazy because if you've played the game, like you never get any of this. You never get any. You get like a very brief thing at the beginning, and then you're down, and then that's it.
And this is where we were worried. Whereas like, oh no,
It's like he's gonna come out of the sub, and we're gonna have like meetings in boardrooms around the table, people slamming desks and saying, "Damn it, we're gonna get that blood. We're gonna get that blood. What do you mean? Go back down there. We're gonna get that blood. Bring me that blood.
There's more than enough of that blood. We could just scoot up. No. We gotta
drop a bucket down.
Yeah,
the well.
it's quite easy to get actually.
Just reel it back
No. We gotta send a whole guy and a whole sub.
But luckily, straight away, Ava's like, "We can't get you out. You're bolted in."
Yeah, it's like it would take so much time.
Yeah, like you've got to act
cut you out.
You've got to go back and get a sample of this
that
bone.
skeleton.
And there's a really wonderful, lovely sort of moment where he's looking out of the porthole.
Yeah.
And he can sort of see, you can only really see people in the background slightly out of focus. Ava's like right up close. And
you never see our boy Troy, but you know it's him because he's like 6'8".
Yeah, hovering.
I was like, it's clear. That's, this tall, lean 6'8" guy. And I was like, oh,
is that Joel?
Yeah, exactly.
Joel over there, yeah. And she goes right. She's the only person that you really actually sees properly. Like she's right up to the porthole. She's got a sort of scar disfigurement down her right sort of eye.
Mm-hmm. And they do this great thing where she wipes across the porthole. Yeah, trying to clear the blood.
Because blood keeps dripping down over
and
the
as
porthole.
they start talking, these rivers of blood just start dripping down slowly and slowly. And it looks great. And they just keep wiping it.
It's just
really well done.
The tone is just set straight
and
away.
And the camera stays inside the sub.
Yeah.
So we do never leave the sub. And you can't really see far back anyway. Again,
No.
So you don't want you clearly see because her face is right there in the glass, but you're still there in the sub. You are trapped the whole film with him in the sub. Like you are just as stuck in there as he is. Yeah.
And like you said, it's such a lovely detail. Like it just sets the tone perfectly for the rest of the film. They're talking and they just get interrupted by this blood that keeps running down the porthole.
Yeah.
This suffocating feeling of just like you can't get away from it. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
Like
it's not subtle. But it doesn't need to be.
I mean,
because the film works on many other subtleties anyway.
Yeah, the setting itself is so absurd and so crazily sci-fi from the get-go that like subtlety kind of goes out the window. So it finds subtlety elsewhere within the film, which it achieves through its isolation, its sound design, its cinematography, which is why it really surprised us, really.
Yeah.
Like, again, we were expecting a Hollywood schlock, YouTubers not knowing what they're doing.
Or not schlock, maybe, but like maybe like cut corners, like things where you can like, I can see what you were going for. Quite do it. Again, because I think you're right. Like there was that worry of like, is this just going to feel like a YouTube video?
Yeah, exactly.
Is it going to be like? I remember watching. I've watched all the with Markipliers, so like
the heist as well.
Which is great.
Yeah, that's great.
They're all fun. I remember Space with Markiplier, and like the budget, like the talent and stuff is on display there, but it still feels very YouTube. It inevitably has that DNA, and of course it does. It was made for YouTube. Yeah, but the concern was like, is it going to feel
like these ones?
This was like almost like he could have just made a 5-minute short YouTube kind of piece that would have been like interesting. But again, no. There was a lot of like, our assumption, and then but no.
So then he goes back down into the sub, and then I don't really want to sort of like rattle through the beats because
I think the less we say, the better.
Because I think people just need to see it.
Yeah, and also to be honest, the plot is very thin.
Yeah,
and very stretched
it's
out.
a very
that's not
linear plot line.
That's not the point. Yeah, it's about the anticipation. I mean, I've heard some people have said like this isn't a scary movie, and it's like no, it's not. It's a horror movie. It's about dread.
Yes, it's kind of Lovecraftian.
Yeah, definitely. And again, horror isn't like what horror frightens you in a different way. Where it's like it's like one of my favorite games, Soma, where it's much more like the build up, and again it's more the concepts, and the more you think about something, the more horrifying it becomes when you realize the implications of it, and that's hard to do, man. That's really hard to get right, and I say I think they absolutely got it right here. Again, was just incredible.
It's very you're kind of like Heart of Darkness, the deeper that Simon goes, like the deeper into this psychosis he goes.
The horror. the horror. Sorry, Mark doesn't even say. Mark's got like a beautiful.
He has a fantastic voice.
Oh, he's got a great.
He's got a voice like caramel. He's got a voice like blood.
What dare I say? It congeals around your heart, makes you fall in love.
sweet sickly blood. This isn't fucking Bloodborne. It sings to me.
Oh, it's enough to make a man sick.
Not the ant.
Not the ant.
So so the less we say, the better. Really, it's that kind of Heart of Darkness into that riverboat into madness. Kind of plot. And there were points where we thought, maybe is it going to be a little bit too like wacky, zany, crazy? You know how like sometimes people do the delve into madness a bit, just a bit ridiculous,
like Event Horizon.
Yeah, even though I love that film so much.
Yeah.
I fucking love Event Horizon, but like that scene where they go, cut something like ripped, and I was like, they're all going crazy,
and then he just goes, "We're leaving," which is the perfect response. But it's something about how it breaks the over the topness that makes that line so funny. It's like that moment where just something snaps and you laugh.
Yeah, exactly.
Which there's moments in this.
There's
some great
really funny moments in it,
actually. Surprisingly
comedy.
Funny moments. At one point, Mark looks down a dark tunnel to like go and
navigate or find
to go repair a piece of tech on the sub, and he just goes, "Oh, fuck this."
And
it's like, yes,
he sees something, doesn't he? He's like, fuck this.
Yeah, which is like, that's exactly how you'd react.
Yeah. He sees something creepy off the distance. He's like, yep, nope, not today.
Yeah.
And a very nice sort of icebreaker throughout. His character in this film, actually, Markiplier, and I'm saying Markiplier because like him as the actor, like playing Simon, for the most part of it, does a very, very good job. There are some points in it, I would say, where he's trying something. He's like trying different emotions or trying a different scenario with his acting. Sometimes it comes across, I wouldn't say ungenuous, but some like kind of like
he's
acting.
trying.
He's acting.
I think
it's not necessarily a terrible thing.
No, I think that's just a matter of experience and a bit of training. It's hard to like.
Yeah.
You kind of, I guess you get to a flow state where you feel through the scene. Yeah. And I think he might have, maybe I'm being too uncharitable. Again, I think he did a fantastic job. Just want to say that. Please don't kill me, Markiplier fans. But he did do great. But there's times where it's like he went in with an objective specifically, and like he's trying to get to that emotional objective. Yeah. Rather than he's just kind of caught in the flow of it, and it comes out naturally. I think one of the things is there are a few scenes where like he's despairing, and it just kind of came a bit too often, where it was this kind of almost staccato of his character's journey. Yeah, where it's like he's like we see this again and again. I think that was one of our biggest criticisms, wasn't it? Like the sort of flip into despair comes in quite quickly, doesn't it? And it comes in quite hard, and then it repeats. Yes, he has several like despair moments, and again, it's such an extreme situation. You could argue that I get that. Yeah, but I think from frustration, rage, despair, hysteria, I think it's like those are the places you could go, let's say. And people might say I'm just splitting hairs, but the emotions, these are differences. Yeah. And again, we're not like because it's tough. Well, it's tough. It's hard. It's hard work. It's hard to lead a whole film by yourself. To hold the whole audience in the film, and also his character is quite unknowable and also quite surly. And there's not a lot. There's not a lot there to make it easy to work with, I suppose. We don't really know much about this guy. We haven't seen him in other scenarios. We don't really see where he's coming from. We only see him at the end of his rope immediately already, which is that's a hard place to be. Yeah. And then to be able to find kind of peaks and troughs and different rhythms in the performance of it. Yeah, I think for the most part of it, he does a very good job. Yeah. He playing this kind of slightly stoic, sort of down end of his tether character. But there are moments where like it does call for some quite heavy hitting kind of moments. Yeah. And it's just like it shows that like there are limits to sort of like what he could achieve. I think my thought would have been, especially when we later know more about the character, which we won't say really, but I think if it was like put your money where your mouth is, Sean. All right, if I did one rewrite, I'd say like he's a coward. Play him as a coward, and watch this coward go through where he's at, because if you kind of know his backstory and what he did and how he kind of came to that, because the backstory actually leads into something else. But you know what I mean? The coward, and then he finds the grit and the cynicism. You know?
Yeah. No, I do get you. That's maybe like a low. I mean,
The
it's
only
why
thing is like the whole when they have like they kind of tell you about his character.
Yeah.
So maybe that's not the best approach either. I can't really say. Obviously, don't want to ruin it
No,
for anyone.
I think. I mean, anyway, these are nitpicks, because for the vast majority, Mark is doing a great job.
Yeah.
Like, fantastic job. Very, very surprised as well. Actually, I think I was saying to you afterwards, I was like, I'm really actually surprised by Mark's performance in this. I thought he did much better than I thought he'd do. I know he's always had that charismatic voice, and he's had this sort of persona about him, and he's like the YouTube guy. But like, to go onto a set, to be surrounded by professionals, and like, you know, this isn't just a YouTube movie. This is a proper set with real industry professionals on there, you know, and he's essentially directing himself with the first AD,
Which is again
hard,
really hard.
hard.
It wouldn't have been my approach to the first
No,
one.
I would've
If
got
I was
director.
gonna start, I would have had a director,
or at least co-director.
Yeah.
Co-director,
Just for that safety net, to be honest. So
Yeah.
again, it's very brave.
Yeah.
I want to say that very, very brave.
So yeah, I will say, yeah, for the most part of it, he's done a really, really, really good job, and like, kudos to him, seriously, because it is impressive for his sort of big debut, you know.
And again, like, so he's got a future in it if he wants to pursue it.
Yeah, definitely.
He
I
could
was thinking
definitely
that as
pursue
well.
it. Yeah.
I was like, he could definitely get more roles if he wanted to. He
Yeah.
definitely use this as a springboard to get better roles.
Yeah.
Just to go on to like the other acting again, because I actually don't want to talk more about the plot, because I want
No,
people to see
I
it.
agree.
Yeah.
We'll leave the plot where it is, but it's
Yeah.
mad.
Yeah, it's woo. Yeah. The only thing we will say is, like, as not as a spoiler or anything like this, it's like they will go there. Like, don't think like it's gonna be completely subdued. Like, they will ramp it up.
Yeah.
Is that too much of a spoiler?
No.
Okay.
Well, like it depends on. Well, it depends what people think of like the ramping up, as in, you know what I mean. It's like,
Yeah.
So we won't say any more than that. But
Yeah.
because it can go in any direction basically. But we promise
Yeah.
you, like, it does. It goes there.
Yeah.
It goes from a place of like such this elongated kind of drawn outness that when things take a turn,
The finale is quite
It's-
spectacular.
yeah.
Yeah. It's quite
Yeah.
it's quite a yeah. It
Yeah,
is,
it's quite spectacular in the sense of the word.
yeah.
Definitely.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It's just like, wow.
Yeah. Whoa.
That's,
okay.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Kind of.
we don't want to
Can't
say anymore.
So you just go back to the acting. I think one of the other things that really helps the movie is that he's got good talent in, and we've said about the crew in particular, the production design, the sound design, makeup have done an absolutely fucking fantastic job, costume as well.
Yeah,
But the acting as well, the supporting actors in this are just good, just really good,
Just really good.
really good. Troy Baker's obviously Troy Baker. He's going to be fucking great, no matter what he does.
yeah.
But all the other ones, like Ava, the two other crew members from the
See,
other
I didn't even
side.
know there were two, which is something we'll get into.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
They are really like punching well. You know, a lot of it is voice acting. A lot of it is just
It's Mark talking to a voice, a speaker, in the sub.
and you know, you've really got to sell that, and they do. They manage to sell it very convincingly. You are really in there with them and feeling the emotion. So yeah. Kudos to them as well.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
So I've kind of got. I put it in. I thought I'd try and be more organized in this one and trying to put things in.
For sure.
So.
Do you want to talk about the cinematography?
So the cinematography,
Let's talk about cinematography.
I'll say, like,
Yeah.
shot beautifully, and
Yeah.
they use some great camera angles and the framing. They really maximize the use of the set.
It's such a good use of the space.
So well done. I was so amazed how many different shots the DOP managed to find, and of course the camera crew and everything, credit to them as well, but amazed how many different shots they managed to find in that small space.
Just as a
Incredible.
Just as a quick one. This isn't like a big set. This isn't. They haven't like deconstructed the sub into like segmented set pieces. it is just that basically, if you've seen the behind the scenes, it's almost like one of those VR rides that you get at shopping malls.
Yeah,
you know, they're on like hydraulics and
they've built a
move
cage
around.
that can be rotated and tilted
Yeah.
and turned,
And
it's
so
amazing.
It's almost like a scale model of the sub.
And
It
it
allows for cameras to shoot in and get in, and the camera team to get in.
And yeah, the work they do with that is amazing.
It's incredible. Like you say, the amount of shots that they've managed to pull off. There are some
Amazing
such interesting
ones.
shots. The use of reflections in this film
Brilliant.
is fantastic. There's so much use of like reflecting off of dials, off of glass like buttons.
There's one point where the porthole is reflecting the camera flashing light behind him. It's like he can never get away from it.
Yeah.
As he's trying to look out blind into the abyss, his only means of seeing it is the camera, which is behind him. And that itself is like an ever-present.
It's fantastic.
Ominous
So
thing.
there is no constant source. The only constant source of light is these tiny dials at the front of the ship. So Simon is constantly hitting the camera button and so like just to pull that off from a technical point of view, to keep flooding the set with light on these intervals.
Yeah.
To get the cameras to be able to adjust the light, to sort of to shape the light on these interval flashes. It's just very, again, it oozes with just like love and creativity from everyone.
I mean, some of the angles that like one of the best things this film does is how obscure it makes the photos the camera's taking.
Yeah.
Like there's different angles and such they use, and there's a lot of the time where it's like it's at where it's at a distance or his own body's covering it up, and it's like I want to see it. Like what's fucking out there?
Yeah.
It's you as the audience are being tormented because you're like, God, what's looking at him? Like what is it there? What's out there behind? There's a whole period of time where he's looking at a computer he finds, and he's using the camera to light it up. And there's this amazing shot where it's just over his shoulder once, where those who know, you see the frog being taken in the photo, and it's just over his shoulder. Most of his body is blocking up the screen that shows the camera's picture. And then he keeps using it, and it's gone. And you never see it again.
Yeah.
And it's just brilliant stuff like that.
There's very few direct shots
Yep.
of the reveal of the camera. So when the camera takes a photo, it's displayed on this big monitor. There's very, very few just direct shots of what he's seeing. Lots of it is like you either get a reflection in his eyes looking at the monitor and you see the terror on his face, or the camera is like down the other side of the ship.
Yeah.
And
It's
so
like
you
a
only
long
get,
distance shot.
So you only get like a sliver, or it's reflected in a monitor.
Yeah.
It's all just, it's deliberately as obscure as possible to really get that sense of like lack of information and that dread that you're talking about, the lack of knowing what's out there.
Yeah, it really pulls us in there with him. Like they really do a fantastic job on that. So again, I don't have much else to say about the cinematography.
No.
I can't sing its praises
Enough.
really.
They just did a very creative,
and with the
fantastic
lighting
job.
as well in such a dark space, they managed to just use it so well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What next? You want to quickly go on to sound design?
Sound design, yeah.
Ooh.
So, as we said before, sound design.
It's a spooky one.
It's a spooky one. Sound design is amazing.
Yeah. As it has
Brilliant,
to be.
as it
for
has
this
to
game.
be.
For this film, even, sorry, because of the game.
Iron lung, but which? Sound design's incredible.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to say about the sound design.
Not really.
They get everything right. They give it such a sense of weight. Like you can hear the ship, the sub creaking and groaning. You get a sense of even the space when he's talking to Ava outside.
Yeah.
When he's in like the hangar, I guess.
There was one thing that I really admired about the sound design was at the beginning of the film, I thought it was something wrong with our cinema where it was completely frontal.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's such a fucking, I was like, that's such a shame. I was like, it's all frontal. Like the surround sound must be broken. And then when he went down, the surround sound came on. And I started hearing things to my left and to my right. And I was like, that's
scary.
fucking great. It's just such a nice little touch.
Very good. Subtlety.
Yeah.
And using the subtlety then like when things are big or some big thing happens, like it really has weight. One thing I'll say, sound mixing was a problem at
the end.
By the end, and even at the midpoint, there was a point where it's talking to someone and things are happening, and I just didn't hear what was happening. I didn't understand.
I was begging for subtitles at the end.
Yeah.
I was like, I really want to know what they're talking about as well.
Yeah,
because
what are they saying?
It's like the lore is ramping up, and I'm like, I want to fucking know.
And that was a problem, I will say. I think it needs, if there's a, when they do a DVD release, or a DVD release, who does DVDs now? When they do a fucking, I don't know, vinyl release.
Oh, was it? No, the fucking Laserdisc release.
Yeah. The mini disc.
The mini disc, but they had like, they even had like HD VHS.
Oh,
like they did, and like it was fucking extortionate. Laserdisc was a big thing. You had like your plasma TV, and you had to buy a Laserdisc player.
But if they do a Blu-ray or something, which I will get, even though I have no ability to play it, but I want it as a piece of cinema history, because this is cinema history, which we'll get into. But I hope they'll do another pass at the sound mixing, because it was not quite.
I think they will for sure. They
particularly by
usually
the
do
end.
when it comes onto home release, because they have to accommodate for home stereo basically. Yeah.
So that'll be good. Anything more about the sound?
No, not really. I mean, if it's okay, can we just very quickly just talk about the makeup and the set design in general.
Yeah.
The blood, the blood is one of the. I think it's almost a fucking character in this game / movie. It's so crucial for the whole thing to work, is the blood. Like he's in this ocean of blood, but as the film goes on, more and more blood seeps in through sort of like blood rust and condensation. There's a bit at the beginning actually where she there's a big earthquake and the skeleton moves, and she has this horrible line where she's like, well, yeah, the bottom of the surface, it's not rock, it's just congealed blood.
Oh yeah,
like,
gaseous. What the fuck?
So it's like a clot. Like the bottom of the ocean is basically just a big blood clot.
Well, that's also things like, what's underneath? What's the center of this moon?
My wisdom tooth. That was removed.
Oh god, yeah. Tom's actually missing a piece of his fucking jaw. Now, not just the wisdom tooth.
Just an offshoot. They
had to take off a part of it.
Yeah, they took my wisdom.
You're gonna look like one of the fucking
bone fragments.
You're gonna look like one of the fucking photos in this film.
I'm gonna look like one of them.
Those who know.
Yeah. But so the blood has to work. From the trailers, it looked far too red, and far too like a paint. I'm very happy to report in that the blood is looking great. In the final mix and the color, it must be the color grade on it. But it's very much hinted that like at this sort of depth, the blood is congealing. It's not like the stuff that spurts out in a samurai film or like a Kill Bill film. It's not very liquidy. It's gloopy. It's thick, and the coloring and it's
so viscous.
It's so viscous, but it looks great. It's congealing in real time. So like instead of rust, it looks like rust, but when you actually look closer, it's like scabs. It's like it's scabbing over machinery. Mm-hmm. It's clogging up machinery because it's congealing and oxidizing. It's just so fucking god. It's grim, but so good.
So good.
It's like,
it also
wow.
film holds the record for the most blood ever used.
Yeah,
film production, which is like,
it was
after seeing it was like,
yeah, that's a lot of blood.
that's quite a bit of blood.
So kudos to that, because the set design at the end is just, I think it's just fantastic.
The set design throughout, like, holy shit, it looks just like the game. Again, with the first teaser, I don't know, there's something about it where we're like, I don't know, it doesn't
feel, it feels off.
And it feels a bit clean, and this looks a bit polished.
Saved it.
It must be.
The grade really saved that.
It looks just like the video game ship, and how that's possible with polygonal graphics and crunchy textures. I don't know how they did it. But it's just like, man, it looks great.
Yeah.
Sorry, you were going to say about like the set, like near the end or something?
No, I mean that's just it. I mean, like the change of the ship. Simon and the ship basically go through this odyssey.
Hell of a thing.
Back.
Yeah.
And they've just done a fantastic job of reflecting that. The costume as well was fantastic. The whole idea is that this is sort of set in a future where resources are so finite. So like his shirt is like cobbled together through like pieces of fabric.
Yeah. That was really good.
It's
costume.
just lovely little touches like that kind of bring it all together. A lot of attention to detail.
Again, you just wouldn't expect it.
It's just,
you just wouldn't expect it for this kind of film topic.
Exactly. It obviously is filmed with a lot of love, and that's the thing. It's like this could have been just treated as any sort of IP. The Silent Hill franchise is a great example of that. The first one is quite good.
Yeah,
I have a lot of love for that first one, but then it just turns into absolute schlop. And it's like there's no attention to detail. It's like, how can we make this spooky and scary and gross, But this has got the love and attention to detail from Mark as an avid fan, but also from the whole team just honing in on what made that game so special.
Yeah, man.
Which is just so lovely to see. That amount of care going into it. I don't. Anything else? I'm sort of looking at our notes. We've moved through that, haven't we?
Script.
Oh yeah.
So the script, it was solid. The script was pretty good, and they managed to kind of give you piecemeal enough about the lore, I think, because there's quite a bit to kind of get the hang of. At times it was a little bit flowery.
Yeah, it was a little bit.
A little bit slightly melodramatic. I want to say slightly. But all round pretty good, and they implemented the lore pretty well.
Yeah, there's some quite grandiose lore building in this. That you're going to have to kind of just take on the chin. It's like not just end of the world lore, end of the universe lore. So we're getting into like very hard-fi territory. So
we love that shit.
Yeah, we love that shit. But there's a lot of humanity's delving into a lot of like flowery poetic terms for stuff like the quiet rapture. One of the bases is called Eden, that's the cat feeder for Boogie.
There's always going to be something, one of these, isn't there? Some kind of fart microwave going off, some scream inside our basement.
And it was just so... Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's just the wind. Yeah, don't worry. That's just the streets. But yeah, well, it's very video gamey. You know how in like Halo, it's like
Pillars of Autumn.
Yeah, the Pillar of Autumn.
The silent cartographer.
The forge of man. It's that kind of thing.
Silent cartographer is still such a fucking good term. I mean, it's so brilliant, isn't it?
Got to make a film with that title.
Yeah.
But and I'm a huge sucker for that. But when they start bringing up things like Eden, the Coalition of Iron, Filament Station, the Last Tree, they add in some of this stuff. And I've played the video game, and there were things I was kind of struggling to get across, especially because they rely a couple of times where they rely on flashback, which I don't know if that was the right move.
They were very brief. They were very brief. In general, me and Sean are not big fans of flashback. I don't think anyone is, because they completely suck you out of the current mood. Yeah. They are brief. I think they almost get away with it.
What was that famous film? It's like, you're probably wondering how I got here.
Oh,
Barbara O'Reilly starts playing.
Yeah. I don't know, actually.
Yeah, I hate that. No, I'm joking. Apparently, it's an amazing film.
Terrible song. I fucking love The Who.
Yeah. But yeah, I do wonder, people going in...
Maybe. Sorry.
No, not at all.
Interrupt.
It was me that brought up the fucking thing in the first place. I did to myself.
With the flashback, sorry.
Yes, with the flashbacks and all this stuff kind of going on and trying to give Simon some backstory. I think they could have maybe dropped some of the there's a particular conversation about taking a sample of the bone of the skeleton, and then a couple of other things as well, where I found the conversation quite cyclical. Whereas I feel like you're discussing the same thing again and again, and I get it, in real life it probably would feel more like, Ava is asking Simon to do a ridiculously dangerous thing. He doesn't want to do it. She pushes, he pushes back, she pushes again, he pushes back. It's like a more natural back and forth. But in terms of like, for cinema and scene pacing, I think they could have like cut that stuff down, and you could have had more of a chance to like sprinkle in some of Simon's backstory. There's one time where they use a specific term on him, the one I'm talking about, where they call him, he has a title. And it's like, I feel like that could have, she could have said that. Or even Troy Baker's character could have said it, because he plays the good cop. So
he just joked around with the term.
Little things like that. But so I think they did decently, but especially it was hard to understand some of the context. And even for me, having like done the lore reading and stuff, I actually had to remind myself after the film. I was like, what is the difference between Eden, a filament station, the Last Tree? The Last Tree is like something actually that is talked about, is actually exclusive to this film. It's some kind of like, think it's a religious kind of thing.
It's like a
with
cult, isn't it? At this point,
but don't want to say more than that really from what the film delves into. But
I will say, I kind of wanted to say it's near the end. It's kind of near the end of the review anyway. But I do feel I can't tell if people who haven't played the game will struggle with this. I just can't tell because we've played the game. We were struggling a little bit with the lore expansion. I think if you haven't played it, you might struggle a little bit.
Yeah.
I think if you haven't played the game, just focus on the fact that it's just weird. Like Play on the Blood, that's weird.
Yeah.
Just roll with that. Like everything else is just sort of sprinklings of salt on top. You know what I mean? It's just flavor to add into it. And I think a lot of that is for people who've played the game.
And also, again, this comes back to the audio mixing thing, but you just miss some lore stuff.
You do.
Some
At the end,
reveals,
you just
which
miss it. You need subtitles.
Just confusing.
Unfortunately.
Anything else on that?
No. I mean, I don't know if this counts. But yeah, I think in general, it's quite a lot. Oh, no, I'll do this at the end. I'll do that at the end.
Okay,
so with the roundup.
The only thing I have notable left to talk about is I don't know if we gave enough credence to makeup first, but the makeup.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah, the makeup is fucking incredible.
Makeup's incredible. Don't have anything. We can't really say more.
It's just a phenomenal job by the makeup team
And
the special effects team and the VFX team.
Yeah,
but
even
the
at the point
makeup
where
and
they're
the SFX
using a liberal amount of shaky cam at a certain point to kind of hide the kind of, I guess, some of the stuff that wouldn't look as good on film because they don't have the Hollywood budget. They don't have the big CG budget. You know, there's a thing when it happens in the sub. When, you know, and you can't really do it as well. So they use shaky cam to kind of mask some of that. I get. But there was a period where it was like, there's a lot of shaky cam for quite a while.
Yeah, I agree.
But you know, still.
It's not the Bourne ultimatum here, mate. It's not fucking freaking Jason Bourne down there.
Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne.
He's swimming through the blood. He's coming for us.
Does this thing turn? It's already turning.
All you hear is from
Moby. He's driving a Mini Cooper.
Oh my god, it's freaking Jason Bourne.
But makeup was incredible,
really good,
and especially I guess it counts as makeup on the set when it's congealing and rusting.
Well, that would be special effects.
Yeah, that's incredible.
That would
as
be
well.
SFX, but
Only other main thing to talk about I had was soundtrack's amazing.
Yeah,
I am a fan of Andrew Husholt. Anyway,
yeah. Is this his first film? Is this his film debut? Has he done any films before? Is this his first film score? Because he's a video game composer.
Yeah.
For Dusk, the world's greatest boom machine. But is this his first ever film?
It's Andrew Husholt.
Andrew Husholt.
Yeah.
Just double check.
He looks exactly what I expected.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Mm-hmm.
What a G. Sorry, we're just checking.
Yeah, there we go.
Rise of the Triad. Okay, fair play. Yeah, medieval. Doom Eternal. Ancient Gods campaign. Shit,
I think this is mostly...
It's video games. It's all video games.
So
Iron Lung's his film debut.
Yeah, it is. This is his film debut. It's fucking brilliant.
It's fucking brilliant. I am a big fan of Andrew Husholt anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that bias is getting in the way, but my God, I love the soundtrack in this. It was so fucking good.
I don't know much about him at all. This is the first time I've really heard him do
You should
anything.
play Dusk.
Yeah, I should.
Your rig
sure.
can run it.
Yeah.
Do you know
My
on this,
baby.
It's so funny on the Iron Lung when you have the specs on the Steam page.
Yeah.
They always give specs. It's the only game that says you can run this.
You can run it.
Yeah, it's less than it's like not even like 50 megabytes.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So I'm not familiar with him, David's work, and I was just like, God, the music's so great.
Music's so good.
It's just
God, it's good.
They use a cinematic. Which was made very big. Yeah. That's not a yak, by the way. That might have fooled you.
I was about to say one that's actually not the fucking Prowler.
The Prowler, from Spider-Man.
Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's it. But it's done so well. It's a sound that's played at mostly when either shit's getting real, but when there's an ascent going on, or like the contact gets put back in, and it's a real nice jolt back into the action again.
Yeah.
Just again, the one thing I've just got to keep saying over and over and over again is subtlety.
Yeah.
Film for a film
for what it's about
and how it ends.
Yeah.
It's
got
oozing
with subtlety. I'm like so surprised,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah,
Man.
that's it.
So again, there's a lot of. Did we already say how people are saying it's not a scary movie?
Yeah, you have. You've
Yeah,
said that.
but
How
it's
it's not. And
that's
not a scary
that's the
movie.
thing we'll say is like it's not a scary movie. It's a horror movie.
It's a sci-fi horror.
Yeah, and it's a
it's-
damn good one. Dare I say it's one of the best I've seen. Again, as a fan of the video game, I am gonna be biased, and I wouldn't say I'm a huge Markiplier fan anymore. I don't watch his stuff anymore.
for sure.
But I used to watch
Same.
his stuff, and I always like Markiplier. Like,
Yeah, I love him. Yeah,
he's an objectively good person. He's raised millions. He literally makes the world a better place. He's a good guy. He raises loads of money. He makes creative things. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
how can
yeah,
you
yeah.
not
Yeah.
respect and admire someone like that? But I got to say, like, in this creative venture, really going for it, I admire him even more. Like, and especially because this film is history now. Like, a huge like self-funded,
Yeah.
self-made, outside any kind of traditional Hollywood production circuit or anything. He wasn't controlled by producers or even indie filmmakers. A24 wasn't like, you're gonna have to slap our lot on.
Yeah, yeah.
Which
yeah.
don't get me wrong, like
The A24 lot is
great.
there.
But
Look at those greens.
yeah, you got to use it for
Popping.
everything. But it is great. But yeah, I think it's such a triumph, And I
Yeah.
really hope it makes history.
Yeah, like not to name any names, but there have been YouTuber movies done before which haven't actually made it past the medium of YouTube. They've always stayed on YouTube. And I don't want to name and shame anyone, but they've not been good. Let's face it. There's nothing. I've never seen a YouTuber movie. I mean, I guess you could maybe count Chris Stuckman has made a horror movie.
Chris
haven't
Stuckman
seen
made
Oaks.
Shelby Oaks.
I've not seen it.
People were quite lukewarm on it. I think.
Yeah,
I don't really know.
I think it was very much a debut horror film.
Right. Yeah.
So it's as it's kind of what people expected. It's got issues here. It's got issues there. It's first time filmmaker.
Meanwhile,
I'm a really big sci-fi fan, particularly sci-fi horror. I think like the first Alien is one of my favorite sci-fis ever. The set design on Alien, when I watch it again, I still can't quite believe how beautiful that film looks.
Yeah, man.
But this has got the elements of just stuff that I love. It's got the film. What's that film? Sam Neill.
Oh, Event Horizon.
It's got the kind of existential dread that you're finding in like something like Event Horizon, but with the stripped backness that you get from the first Alien film,
and such
the isolation that you get in that first Alien film as well.
And such a this would be one thing people are either going to like or not. There's no other way to say it, but it's a real slow burn.
Yeah, that is the
that
is the thing.
That is the
elephant in the room.
That's the elephant in the room, and that is like our warning label. I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
It's a slow burn, and if you're not really into that, totally get it. You're going to struggle with this.
The pacing in this is almost too loyal to the game at some points. There are moments where like there are scenes that me and Seán were trying to think of what scene could you cut down. You can't really. Every scene has to lose about a second just to make it a bit more.
I think every
streamlined.
That's what. I agree. Like it's like to make the pacing a bit better. It's not that it's a slow burn. Doesn't mean the pacing is necessarily laborious.
Yeah.
Pacing's
boring,
obviously going to be slow, but it doesn't mean it's going to be boring or agonizing. But we couldn't really think of like an essential things like you could have lost that scene or cut it down. It's like you kind of needed to cut about a minute from pretty much every scene.
Yeah, shaved off seconds here and there.
Yeah,
and,
just to keep it going, because it was just by the end of it, it was
on the edge.
Just teetering. If there
or
was
being
like
overindulgent,
if there was a barometer meter and like 0 is just right, is the cutoff.
Yeah,
and then -1 or 1 is like a bit too much. It was at a 1. It was like
teetering
one bit just over.
But
it didn't go too far where it was like, but it was like teetering, like you say.
But yeah, I mean, again, if you're going in and expecting a rip-roaring sci-fi horror action like Aliens, for example,
or Event Horizon,
you're more likely going to be getting Alien, which is the more slightly arty, stripped back one. You're not going to get Aliens, you're going to get Alien. This is it's more. It's a slower, more emphasis on the dread, on the isolation, which is why we love it.
Yes.
But just a fair warning, it might not be for everyone's taste in the fact that it is, like as you've said, it's a bit of a slow burner. Which I love because it makes the payoff all that more juicy.
Yeah, and it just lets you soak more.
Soak it in, yeah, and that blood.
Spend time in that world, that bloody world.
It's a bloody world.
It's a bloody world out there. Jordan
God, is
Peterson was
is
a
he
big
out there?
yeah. Jordan Peterson fan of this film. He's like, it's a horror film. That's bloody hard, man.
Bloody hard work to make a film with blood.
It's bloody
There's a lot
hard.
of blood in this film.
But yeah, Tom, what would you give it?
I would give this film a 7.5. I can't give it an 8. Unfortunately, I can't give it an 8. I don't think it has the body or the substance to push it into an 8. So for me, like the first Alien is an 8, and this is not the first Alien film. No, my first Alien for me is a 9 out of 10.
Yeah,
This is pushing into the high territory. Unfortunately for me, it's just not got quite enough substance, basically, which is what it's kind of about. It doesn't need to be about anything more. It does its job very, very well.
Yeah.
It has an objective. It does it very well. And so, I give it a 7.5 out of 10.
I agree.
Yeah.
For the exact same reasons.
Yeah.
Like the substance, there's just not enough substance in there, which is kind of the point of this film.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, would have been nice, would have liked a bit more character stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Can't believe it. I wanted more. I said to Seán, I was like, I wanted to go back up. I wanted to speak to Ava again.
Yeah.
I was like, I wanted more interaction because I couldn't. At the beginning, we were like, I fucking hope they don't go up to the space station and talk to people. And by the end of it, I was like,
but
I
they
actually
did,
want more.
and it was like, yeah, it was good.
It was actually really good. I want more.
Yeah.
I want more lore. I want more shit.
More lore.
More lore, more backstory.
Yeah.
Like you say, more development on Mark's side. But we can't be greedy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it does what it says. It does its job well.
No one could have done this film better. No one could adapt it.
I totally agree.
It couldn't have been adapted better. Like adapting Iron Lung as Iron Lung. It's the sequel to Iron Lung, where you're inside, where you're an engineer with a lug nut wrench, and you got to undo these tire trucks, these truck tires,
not iron.
While the truck bleeds on you.
God, my iron lug.
My iron lug. But yeah, they couldn't have made a better adaptation of Iron Lung and the soul of what that game is.
Yeah, it had to have been made by a fan, and a fan who was willing to put their money where their mouth is, and that's exactly what Markiplier has done here.
And
he's slapped down his money where his mouth is.
Absolute credit to him.
Yeah,
it takes balls to do that,
and it must have been fucking hard to make this film.
Yeah,
independently funded. Most of it is his money,
and just some of the stuff he has to go through on set. I mean, where he's under when he's underneath again.
Yeah. And with the rising blood.
Man.
Yeah. So kudos to him. Kudos to everyone involved in this because they've matched his energy.
And I really hope this film
starts a nice trend.
Starts a trend, of like this true outer. I'm gonna call it outer indie.
Yeah. Well, Chris Schuckman's done it. Now Markiplier's done it. I would argue from the reviews that Markiplier might be making a bigger splash. He's a bit more famous. Hopefully this kind of same, like Seán was saying before this review, but like with the video game industry, hopefully this is something that shows people like, you can make make actual like AA as we call it, AA films now outside of a studio.
Yeah.
Outside we're not big YouTubers, but like you can do it. Like it's possible. You can do it outside of one of the big studios.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
beautiful.
It was Iron Lung.
It's bloody hard.
It's bloody hard.
Bloody good.
It's bloody good. Go check it out.